Big Boss Chuck, my 750. El Poderoso, 750 kilohertz. AM en el radio. Soy yo, el gran jefe de los jockeys del discos. Radio Rebelde. Day 9 of the protest continues on. Does this marathon. I'll be doing this next week and every week because it's going to be sunny for a while. Or springtime. Almost April. It'll probably only rain a couple more times before summer. And then I got clear skies for months. What May we do. I mean, I live here in the community. May, June, July, August, September. Those are all clear. Very little rain. I'll be out here Monday through Friday. Yep. Going back to analyzing. 12:56. Center of the screen, 2 Caucasian women. They were looking in different directions. Odd were their actions. Called the attention. Notice the Caucasian right-hand side of the screen from them. In the center was another crime family member, Theodore Hatware. 3:13. Different crowd image was seen. Hang on, did I already get this? I'm doing it right. 3:13. Different crowd image was seen. In the center, 2 Theodore Hatwares. Crime family said hi. In front of them was a Caucasian middle-aged woman. She had on a Donald great cap. End of that segment, she put her arms in the air. With her hands, formed a victory salute. Near perfect timing, told the analyst, the subconscious eye, her movement was, oh no. Her timing tells us, the analyst, her movement was most probably computer generated. Her salute appeared over the faces of the Theodore Hatwares. 13 minutes, 20 seconds. Donald's words heard. They would be protected by God. His words fell hollow. Didn't sound as a man of faith. Seemed that's not his way. Right on cue, brown trench coat gave those words a standing ovation. Dark clothes also stood to give an ovation. His coat opened up, flared into the red. Halfway across the red section of the carpet. This signifies to the African Americans they need to fight on the side of God. Those words mentioned correlate to the incursion. Dark cloth intersecting halfway across the red section. 13:24. Image of a group of people, thousands of gatherers. Bottom of the screen center, scene was a uniform wear. As the camera panned off, uniform was the highlight. Soldiers stood alone from the people. At the same time, in the center of the gatherers, military uniform wearer behind him seen was the ground. His figure divided the gatherers, divided them into 2 groups. 13:29. Donald's words, they must think big, even dream bigger. Brown trench coat, computer generated, sat right when even dream bigger was mentioned. Subconscious eye perceived brown trench coat blocked out dark cloth person. Brown trench coat's group, which already had been established, is Donald's. Which already had been established as Donald's. Brown trench coat, by sitting back towards the dark cloth person, obscured most of the dark cloth person, said the big dreams are for the Caucasians. 13:36. Donald's words heard. In America, we know a nation is living only if it is striving. He could have said, in my opinion, should have said, in America, we know our nation is living only if it is striving. Wait, how's that? We know a nation is living only if it's striving. Could have said, in my opinion, America, we know our nation is living only if it's striving. It's the same thing. I must have wrote it wrong. Well, hey, strike that. No, proofread. Specifically worded for to divide Afro-Americans. 13 from the Caucasian group. 13:36. Into his speech, are no longer feeling part of America. Donald's group now has claimed that place. Why in which he worded that phrase gave the opportunity for the one group to see the situation from the outside looking in. In America, few people think of other nations' existence depending on striving. Donald should have referred, to our nation. 1344, Donald said, they will no longer accept politicians who are all talk, no action, constantly complaining, but never doing anything about it. Get the code, nowhere to go. Get ready for the show. Analysts need to ask themselves, which politicians complain? Who is the new one at the helm? African Americans perceived 8 years of not getting enough done. Rise up, time to do something. Constantly complaining received computer-generated modification to Donald's tone. 13 minutes, 48 seconds. And remember, they do quite often the computer generation to the tone of the words. 13 minutes, 48 seconds. Image changed to crowd of people. Similar soldier, if not the same as before. This time accompanied by another same uniform. On the shoulder of the first uniform, Crime Family Theodore hat. Another sign from the families saying they are behind the divide. Will soon be a fight. Begins then termed, the fight will be termed a civil war. 13 minutes, 51 seconds. Military uniform in the center of the next image. Red Donald cap marked the Caucasian at center. Marked his military cap. Right side of the screen, a Caucasian man. Yankee Imperial blue shirt with red colored in on his neck. Could possibly have two shirts on. Either way, the color symbolized the divide. Red being worn underneath, he's in Donald's group. Computer generated color seen on person's cap also. 1351. Left side of the screen appeared a man. He approached the military uniform. Where? Left side man had on a black cap with black jacket. He was traveling from left to right. All the people were facing the opposite direction. Black cap Caucasian male stood shoulder to shoulder with the military uniform. 1352. Analysts, take note of the preciseness, timing of the smile on the Caucasian male. Man who was at the top center of the screen. Movements were being computer generated. At the bottom of the screen popped up a curly-headed minority. He had pushed in brows, gave him look of consternation. Minority. I wasn't supposed to call them minorities. Another word, other than Caucasian. Yeah. Oh, where am I? I lost my place. He had pushed in brows, gave him a look of consternation. Caucasian, who was facing the wrong direction with the military uniform, served as markers for the head at the bottom. Above him was another face belonging to a bronze-skinned man. Above him was the face belonging to the precise smiler, who was also a Caucasian. Left side screen, next to him, side view of a crime-style family hat wear. 1353. Analysts, take note of the Yankee Imperial blue on the cuff of the other than Caucasian man. There, I got it right that time. Male at the center of the image, African American subconscious eye connect the color. They seen in, well, I can't just say the majority and the minority. Everyone's a minority, and I happen to be part of the 60%, so I'm the majority. That's not really the proper way to state things, and I don't like to say things, nor it. In this case, things. 1353. Analysts, take note of the Yankee Imperial blue on the cuff of the other than Caucasian man. Male at the center of the image, African Americans, subconscious eye connect the color. They see an undercover agent colluding with a military uniform. 1353. End of the segment. Had belonged to the stereotype of a terrorist. One described before as having pushed in brows, moved his head. He was the terrorist. Reminder before Donald's words. 14 minutes, 7 seconds. Analysts, put attention to the two uniforms standing at the left side of the screen. Right side of them was a rude spectator. Shouldn't ride on the sidewalk. I'm a pedestrian. Once, it was a bike rider. I'm holding my sign and I'm talking at the same time. One where this is a protest, day 9. I'm out here in front of the FBI office. FBI, sodomize me! That's what reads the sign. 1407, analysts, put attention to the 2 uniforms standing at the left side of the screen. Right side of them is a rude spectator, one with his leg extended into the aisleway. Take note of his movements aligned with Donald's words heard. Computer generated is that man's movements. His leg extended signified a lack of respect. That close to Donald, most likely he was an invited guest. 1422, Donald's words. Our country will thrive. Right on cue, the financier said hi. His face entered the right bottom corner of the screen. His face appeared behind the hand of Donald. 1430, Donald said, we stand at the birth of a new millennium. Words timed to financier's face reappearing. Right on cue, brown trench coat fixed a wrinkle from his coat, then put his hand into his pocket. 1433, Donald said, ready to unlock the mysteries of space. Same time as unlocked, brown trench coat took his hand from his pocket. Seen in his hand was a cell phone. Calls being made. 1445, Donald's words. A new nationalist pride will stir ourselves. Left-hand side of the screen. It's all sign language, code being given between the hand gestures, the body movements, tones in the voice, being computer generated. 14 minutes, 45 seconds. Donald's words, a new nationalist pride will stir ourselves. Left-hand side of the screen, take note of the banister. Handrail was solid white. On the left side of the banister, there was a piece of dark clothing draped over the railing. After Donald's phrase, the camera moved so that banister was removed from the preceding image. Black with white, I mentioned in 2015, had been assigned to the African American community. I analyzed the Baltimore riots. ISIS, created by Yankee Sam, used the same trademark. You're identifying yourselves as terrorists by using black with white. It's all by design. Yankee Sam's duping you, encouraging you, the African American community, to go out and exercise your civil rights. What you're doing, such as in Baltimore, was rioting, and the law enforcement wasn't enforcing. They're luring you out into the streets, and when you riot en masse, snap will go the trap. You'll be defined as the new enemy: terrorist, black, Muslim, socialist. Enemy number 1 of Yankee Sam. 76 million Muslims, predominantly of African descent, live inside Yankee territory. And Yankee Sam's about to define you as enemy number 1. BBB. They picked up IS's colors. IS is the name that group will become. They will be the I's working for their S. This is all designed by design. I'm not saying the BBB will become ISIS. What I'm saying is the reason they called it ISIS, or is it ISIL today, doesn't matter. It's just the flavor of the day. ISIS or ISIL. What they're trying to say is it's the IS. The I's working for their S. And what did the Yankee American do? They learned an ignorant term, used the wrong name for a member of Islam, called them ists. Yankee hisses. Yankee was ignorant member of Islam. It was ignorant to the fact a member of Islam is called a Muslim. Now that the name was attached to a list, Barry's group will act as if they always use the word Muslim. Notice when Whoopi used the word 8 consecutive times after more than a year of the ists. Producers put computer generation to her tone, to Whoopi's tone. I watched that show. gave her a proper accent on the word. Sounded as if she might have been one also. 14 minutes, 50 seconds. Donald's words, lift our sights, heal our divisions. Financier left his head in the corner of the screen. The filmer did. His head, well actually he put it in the screen, the financier. It's computer generated. His head was tilted as if he was intentionally putting his head into the screen. Right on cue, brown trench coat, smiled big, waved his hand, seen clearly was the palm of his hand with the corner of a smile. 14 minutes, 57 seconds. Donald's words heard. Whether we are black, right on cue, brown trench coat, put black cell phone into his pocket. 15:03, Donald said, whether you are black, brown, white, or white, we all bleed from the same red blood of the patriots. Bleed the same red blood, carnage, wealth stolen from their homes, ripping, robbing, scattered across this land like tombstones. Red blood, more encouragement for the upcoming Civil War. I feel Donald's speech writers were being discriminatory. Donald failed to mention the yellow skin nor the red skin patriots. I do believe they bleed the same red blood that we all bleed. You people should be ashamed. I'm 46 years old. Never in my lifetime, until these last years, has this type of language been acceptable. 6 corporations decided year after year to make hate speech the flavor of the day. Now the Yankee public does the same. Programmed they are by the programs. Ignorant idol worshippers they are. Now in the Yankee Empire, people are termed by their skin tone. Black, white, brown. Soon Yankee Sam will add in yellow, also red. African-descended people have been programmed by Yankee Sam, been brainwashed to feel ashamed of their African roots. Caucasian is just that. African can't be just that. If American isn't attached, insult be taken as. Idol after idol saying they are black, then following with were, I've heard it over and over on the programs, said they are nothing black, nothing African, that they are American. They're black. Yankee Sam, nothing African. They're black. What does that mean? That's an interesting statement. Sounds ignorant to me. Sounds like the idol's trying to get their people to be ashamed of who they are. Black culture is Yankee culture. Supremacists all the groups are. Doesn't matter what color. Whoopi, also Barry, have informed me regarding their feeling towards the word enter. Barry had a formal dinner, received the word, leaned in, gave the impression of a back slapper. One thing's for sure, Barry's action reconfirmed he's another. Whoopi also said the word she preferred. Explained that the youth of today, speaking for her community, youth don't mind that word either. Derogatory meaning word they wadded up like a piece of paper. She threw it away. She made a motion, the youth threw the meaning away. Whoopi told us they, the youth of her community, don't mind if they are called that word. I'm not going to take Whoopi's statement to heart. Began calling the Afro population enter.